Hello there everybody, it is me XfreezerBunny and welcome back to another build overview here on the XfreezerBunny channel. It's been ages since I've done one of these, but I built this petting zoo off camera, mostly off camera, and by the time I decided to make it into a full speed build, I was kind of too late, so I just decided to finish the build off camera and do a build overview after the fact. So here we are. Hopefully you guys enjoy this type of video. I'm really proud of this build. Definitely one of my favorites so far in my own personal opinion, and I felt like it would be such a waste if I didn't show it off for you guys in a video. This build will also be available on the gallery as well, so you guys can check out the details in the description on where you can download this, and it'll also be up on Patreon as well for my patrons if you want to access the tray files as well. So yeah, here is a brief overview of this petting zoo. Really proud of it so far. Also apologies for the traffic noise. Yeah, sorry about that. Couldn't really help it. But we are in the beautiful world of San Sequoia, which is the world that came with Growing Together. We have a beautiful view of the bridge on one side, and on the other side we have a beautiful view of the lighthouse. But I'm going to walk you through kind of like the entrance, and we're going to go through the individual animal enclosures. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is the main entrance, and as you can see, it is also basically the souvenir shop. If you want to, you can also make it the main exit. I think it works both ways, but yeah, I loved this part. Really happy with how it turned out. We have this sign over here that points you to the direction of the animals, and I just really love kind of like the woodsy aesthetic. We have some petting zoo merch over here. I'd like to think that this is the petting zoo mascot, and also these really cute bags that look like owls. And of course, what is a souvenir shop without the obligatory t-shirt and sweater? So yeah, love this decal, by the way. And as you all know, green is my favorite color, so had to have that as an accent wall. There is a broken ATM machine over here, and of course a little selfie spot right here by the main entrance, so you can take selfies with the mascot of this petting zoo. And actually behind the main counter area, we do have, it looks like there is a welcome wagon about to start, so I'm going to go ahead and just not deal with that for now. But over here behind the main counter is actually kind of like the main office area. So I like to think that this is where the zookeepers would probably chill when they're not out with the animals, and also probably the people who are looking after just the shops in general also stay here during their free time. So we have this little spot for the employees, but this is the main entrance to the zoo itself. And as you can see, we have this little kind of like open air plaza area that can also serve as a picnic spot actually. And we have this beautiful central focal point with these sculptures that came with werewolves actually. And I love how dynamic these two look. And we have our first two enclosures over here. We have the mini goat and sheep enclosure, which is literally the cutest thing. The second I saw these mini sheeps and goats, I knew that I had to make a petting zoo because they're just the cutest thing. And I'm actually gonna have my sim interact with these guys. So yeah, this is Fawn, by the way, if you guys have seen my Simju Valley Let's Play. It's been a hot minute, but this is her, and she's gonna interact with some of our animals over here. We're gonna go ahead and bottle feed, yes please. I do think that you have to manually feed these mini sheeps and goats because I don't think they eat out of the usual hay feeders that we have for the horses. And just look at how cute they are. That is so adorable. Can we pet it? Surely. Yeah. So cute. Let's smother it with love. Look at how cute that is. And yeah, they have a little shelter over here with some hay so they can chill out. Oh, it looks like they're actually eating something off the ground. And as you can see, a lot of these fences are actually from debug, and they do actually stop, you know, Sims and pets passing through them. So they also work as barriers as well, which is pretty nice. And there's the little information board over here as well, which is kind of like your standard information board that you would see all around the world that came with Horse Ranch. You can get a bunch of information from here. And this second enclosure over here is actually supposed to be the rabbit enclosure, but it doesn't look like we have any rabbits right now. Yeah, they're probably around the facility. Thing about rabbits is that you can't actually have them as actual pets. They act more as like guests, and it doesn't look like we're particularly lucky today, because in the other times that I've tried to do gameplay in this build, I did actually see some rabbits chilling over in this area. Right, so it doesn't look like the game's going to be spawning rabbits anytime soon, so I'm just going to go ahead and cheat some in. You can actually do this with just the show hidden objects cheat. I'm just going to have a couple of them chilling over here just to show you guys what it's going to look like. If you want to, you can actually make this into a separate enclosure for the mini sheep and goats as well. But for this particular build, I just really wanted to show off the rabbits. So yeah, the rabbits are really cute. And actually the enclosure itself is designed. Oh, there is actually one over there. Look at that. We did actually manage to spawn a rabbit. That did a really good job at camouflaging, by the way. So kudos. But yeah, I did, like I was saying, I did design each enclosure to match whatever animal's staying there. So it looks like this one's actually going to be, oh, I don't know. Actually, we'll see. We'll see if there's any free roaming rabbits here. At the moment, I do have all of the doors locked so that the animals couldn't pass through. But we're going to go ahead and actually try to see if we can interact with the rabbits over here. They also have a little shelter and also the little log that spawns rabbits as well. But yeah, over here actually on this side, we have the chicken coop. And I think normally you would have the enclosure cover all the way around because, you know, the chickens can probably fly out of this pretty easily. But yeah, we have some chickens over here. I'm going to go ahead and have my sim scatter some feed while we're here. And yeah, this is what the chicken coop looks like. In my own personal gameplay, I actually have the chickens just free roam with the rabbits as well. And actually for this particular chicken coop, there is actually a little area where they can nest and lay their egg. So yeah, if you actually take a peek through these doors over here, there's like a little nesting area. Not that it's functional or anything, but it's a cute little detail that I just added over there. So yeah, you can come here to bite. Oh no, you can come here to feed chickens. I was gonna say, this is the area where you can come and buy some feed. Because whenever you come to these petting zoos, there is usually a stall that sells you all the feeds that you can feed to the animals. It's usually like vegetables like carrots or pellets and stuff like that. So this is where you would get those. This is the exit or the entrance, depending on which way you want to look at it. And over here, we just have some toilets, and we're going to get to this area in just a little bit. But over here, we have the barn, and this is where we keep our larger animals. I'm going to have my sim come over here because it looks like it's already late, and looks like our barn animals are already asleep, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and have her call out some of the animals over here, hopefully. Let's see. Yeah, we can call them over. And as you can see, I did shrink down the default barns because I don't know, I just didn't really love the aesthetic for this particular build. And yeah, we can also come here and feed the cow and also kind of like brush them and all of that good stuff. Unfortunately, these barns are necessary. You have to clean them and all that stuff in order to actually properly care for your cows and llamas. That's why I didn't kind of like shrink them entirely, so you can still easily click on them. If you want to, you can shrink them a little bit more. But yeah, I think the cow is enjoying themselves. We're gonna go ahead and do that with the llama as well. So yeah, normally in petting zoos, the guests would probably stay around this area and just reach in to feed the animals, but I did have kind of like this open door over here. Maybe they can do more of like specialized tours to, you know, interact properly with the animals and stuff like that. This is just so cute. Look at that. Oh, so cute. And I've also added a bunch of like hay and water troughs and feeders over here. You don't actually need this for these particular animals, but actually if you want to keep a horse in here, you can also do that as well. And actually there's 3 pet beds in here. They can easily accommodate a couple of horses if you want to. But yeah, over here we have our final enclosure for this build, and this is more of like a waterfowl enclosure slash fish pond, because if you look closely, we do actually have some fish in here. Apologies for the very dark lighting. I did not expect it to be this late by the time I got to this part of the video. And actually, there's another animal over here hiding because we have a little turtle just chilling like a villain on this log right here. And we have some swans and some ducks. Looks like mallard ducks actually. And yep, these animals you can't really interact with. You can actually look for frogs. Yeah, the sim can wade in this pond and look for frogs and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have her do that actually just to show you guys. And yeah, go ahead and do that with your sims as well. Oh, it didn't look like she got anything, but that's fine. And finally, for the animals that we're going to be checking out in this overview, we have kind of like the little insect corner over here. So these are actually kind of like bug terrariums that came with Eco Lifestyle, and you can actually keep insects in them. And they provide you with all sorts of products like insect foods, insect-based foods, and also insect-based fuels actually, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, I was just waiting for better lighting there, so it is now nighttime, and at this point, the petting zoo is probably already closing, but I still want to show you guys around a little bit of the rest of the area as well. So over here, just next to the insect section, we have a little water tank, which is obviously where we keep our stores of water. This isn't functional or anything. I just added that there for the extra effect. And actually over here, we have a little section where we grow our wild grasses, which is quite interesting. So basically the whole concept for this is that these grasses are used to supplement the feed that we give to our barn animals. So you can actually harvest these, and these feature actually came with horse ranch. I don't know if you can actually feed them to the cows. Maybe you should go ahead and try that. But yeah, we have a little section where we grow our prairie grass actually, which is pretty cool. Haven't actually seen them this tall because I haven't played that far enough for that. But while we're at it, let's call out our llama and maybe possibly see if we can oh, okay, doesn't look like we can give it prairie grass. Maybe I'm missing something. Oh yeah, we can actually. So that's pretty cool. I like the feature, you know, I like the cross pack gameplay that this adds, so that's pretty cool. We're gonna leave our llama to go back to bed now because obviously we just woke them up very rudely, if I do say so myself. But there is one more aspect to this petting zoo that I want to show you guys. But actually before that, there are some areas, if you look closely, there are some kind of like Instagrammable areas where we have like this little spots right here where you can take photos with the mascot and stuff, and also some energy saving features as well, or like some sustainable architectural features such as this windmill over here in the corner, and also some solar panels as well. But actually, the last part that I want to show you guys is actually probably the place where I would chill out the most if I went here, and that would be the coffee shop. So this petting zoo does have a coffee shop, and I imagine while the kids are out feeding the animals and interacting with all the animals, this is probably where their parents or babysitters would chill out. I did use the boba tea counter over here because I wasn't loving the coffee counter that came with Get Together, but I just really love this space. I do design coffee shops for my office job as an architect, and I really love how this came out. Actually, she needs to use the toilet, so I'm gonna go ahead and have her do that. I don't actually know why is the lighting like this? Is it supposed to be like this? It feels like extra spooky, but maybe that's just me. I'm gonna have her use the toilet really quickly while I'll show you guys the coffee shop over here. So if you look closely, we do have some little nods to the whole country vibe. So when you enter, we have a barrel over here that is used to keep kind of like the display of coffee beans. We have some milk containers over here as displays, and of course a little Instagram corner because we need that for every touristy destination. And also this little, I don't actually know what this is, a wagon or something, tractor type thing over there in the corner. And I just absolutely really love the space, and I would most definitely spend most of my time in here if I visit this place as well. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Hopefully I'm not forgetting something. If I do, please feel free to ask me in the comments. And yeah, if you have any suggestions on future builds, please let me know. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this style of video. Definitely a little bit different from the usual speed builds, but I just really had to show off this build. I'm so incredibly proud of it. And honestly, this was very therapeutic for me because I did build this when I was really stressed at work. And the fact that I didn't have to film it kind of relieved some of that pressure. So yeah, definitely a very special build and definitely one of my favorites. So yeah, hopefully you guys like it as well. And please keep an eye out for more builds in the future. I am definitely planning a lot more stuff moving forward, so hopefully you guys stick around for that as well. But with that said, that is going to be it for this build overview of the petting zoo here in Santa Quaya. Once again, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You all have an awesome day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.